Hello, my name is Kinshana Fontenot. I am a financial aid officer here at Northwestern State University, and today I'd like to give you a financial aid overview. I'd like to start by talking about our FAFSA process. Students must complete a free application for federal student aid, which is known as the FAFSA, to apply for federal and some state aid by going to www.fafsa.gov. This must be done yearly. FAFSA application must be completed each year for the upcoming fall, spring, and summer semester. Priority deadline for the school to receive the FAFSA and all required documents is May 1st of each year. FAFSA applications are now available beginning December 1st of the year prior to the fall semester starting. For example, for our 24-25 academic year, a student beginning fall of 2024 can begin working on their 2024-2025 FAFSA as early as December 1st, 2023. Tax information for 2022 must be used. Additional requirements needed for aid. Title IV authorization form, which can be completed within NSU. This is a one-time only form. Terms and conditions can also be completed within NSU, and it is also a one-time only form. The federal government may select the student's FAFSA application for verification. This requires financial aid staff to verify the accuracy of the FAFSA application. Students and parents will be required in some cases to submit tax and/or wage information as well as other documentation to verify the data reported on the FAFSA. Students will be notified via email of the required documentation needed for any verification review. Tax year information. When completing the 24-25 FAFSA, family income from the 2022 tax year information is required to determine federal student aid eligibility. However, family income is sometimes drastically reduced due to situations beyond the family's control. In some cases, the 2023 tax year information may be used to assess financial need if there has been a reduction of income from 2022 to 2023. If you feel this may apply to your current situation, please contact our office once you have filed your 2023 federal tax return. Awarding process. After all paperwork and/or verification is completed, a financial aid package will be certified for the student. The student will receive an email notification of their awards. The student will need to log into My NSU to accept or decline student loans. Please note that subsidized loans, interest is paid by the federal government, while a student is attending school for a total of 6 hours or more. Also note that unsubsidized loans accrues interest daily. If the student accepts their loan award, a master promissory note and entrance canceling will need to be completed. Awarding need-based aid. The need-based awards that may be awarded depending on the student's eligibility regarding federal and state regulations can include Pell Grant, SEOG Grant, Federal Work Study, GO Grant, Federal Subsidized Stafford Loans. Awarding non-need-based aid. The non-need-based awards that may be awarded depending on students' eligibility in regards to federal and state regulations can include Federal Unsubsidized Stafford Loans, Federal Parent Plus Loans, Federal Teach Grant, and TOPS Scholarship. There may be other institutional and outside aid awarded, which will have their own requirements. Additional funding opportunities. Links are available within NSU and the financial aid website. Alumni Foundation Scholarships is a scholarship that students can complete an application for. It is a variety of scholarships which are available through the generous donations to our university. Tuition hardship exemption. This award is up to $300 per semester, and it is awarded to eligible Louisiana residents. There is an application required. Parent Plus loans. These are loans for parents of dependent students, which is based on credit. The parent must complete the application. Upon approval, the student can be awarded up to the student's cost of attendance based on the amount approved. If denied, the student can be awarded up to the dependent loan amounts based on classification. This would be processed as an unsubsidized loan. FAFSA. This is a third-party scholarship search where students can search for third-party scholarships. Alternative loans. This should only be considered as a last resort based on the applicant's credit. Disbursements. Some awards require full-time enrollment. Loans require half-time enrollment, 6 hours for undergrads, 5 hours for graduates. Certain awards can be dispersed on a percentage of the student's enrollment, such as Pell Grant. Federal awards will be dispersed on the attending hours. For example, a student enrolls in 6 hours A term and 6 hours B term. Here is how funds will disperse. Pell Grant will disperse at half-time rate in A term, then the remaining amount will disperse when B term courses begins. Loans. 6 hours is considered half-time enrollment. All loan funds will disperse at the start of A term. For a student who enrolls in 3 hours A term and 3 hours B term, here is how funds will be dispersed. For loans, since the student must be half-time, no loans will disperse until the class start date of B term. Disbursements as it relates to repeat courses. Federal aid will only pay for a course twice if a student has a passing grade of D or higher. I have 2 examples. The first example is, John took a math course and made a D grade. John can receive federal aid to take the course again, but federal aid will not pay for a third attempt. Here's another example. If John fails the math course with an F grade, federal aid will pay for the course until he receives a passing grade of D or higher. Withdrawals. If a student withdraws from all of their courses within a semester, the financial aid office will be required to perform a return of Title IV calculation to determine how much of the federal aid the student has earned. A student must attend at least 60% of the semester in order to receive all aid dispersed. If a student withdraws before 60% of the semester, this will require the student to pay back some of the federal funds they received. Unofficial withdrawals. If a student receives a WN, which is withdrew, never attended, or a failing grade for all enrolled courses, the financial aid office must use the last date of attendance reported by the instructor to determine how much of the federal aid must be returned to the government. If a student receives a WN grade, the federal funds used to pay for that course will have to be returned to the government. Academic progress for scholarships. Students must maintain the following for the fall and spring semesters: full-time enrollment, the required semester GPA, and your award letter will give you eligibility requirements to maintain your scholarship. Please note that academic scholarships are not used for summer. Academic progress for federal aid. All students receiving federal aid must follow the federal Satisfactory academic progress guidelines. Cumulative GPA of a 2.0 or higher for undergraduates and 3.0 or higher for graduates. A cumulative completion rate of 67% of all courses. Hours earned divided by hours attempted is how you calculate the completion rate. Please utilize our GPA Hours Forecast Calculator to check progress. This can be found on our website at www.nsula.edu/financial aid. Please also note that the student cannot attempt more than 150% of hours needed for their respective program. For example, a program that requires 120 hours for graduation, if a student attempts over 180 hours, they are no longer eligible for federal aid. Please also note that all withdrawn courses count in the attempted hours. Refunds. In reference to grants, institutional scholarships, TOPS, and GO grants, funds will be accepted on the student's account at the beginning of the semester and will disperse after the drop-add period of each semester. Third-party funds will be applied to the student's account after payment is received from their billed invoice, and student loans will not disperse to the student's accounts until it has been accepted and all loan requirements have been completed, such as the Master Promissory Note, which is also known as the MPN, and the entrance counseling. Please note that direct deposit is available for refund disbursements. Students can get with student accounting to set this process up. Intent to attend. The intent to attend will be available during the first 7 days of class. Aid will not disperse to a student's account until the student has verified that they will be attending their courses. Students who have not completed the intent to attend within the first 7 days of class will have their courses canceled thereafter. Students who do not have enough aid to cover their total balance will be required to complete a promissory agreement with NSU during the intent to attend process. Important reminders. We'd like to remind you to apply early and apply every year. May 1st is our priority deadline. Book allowances are available for students who have aid that exceeds their account balance. Always make sure you're maintaining your academic progress. Keep copies of all financial aid paperwork, security codes, and passwords in a safe place. Borrow conservatively. Make sure that you're completing a FERPA form, which is the Family Educational Rights and Policy Act, if you wish to give a third party access to speak with the financial aid office. Always ask questions if you are unsure of anything. Our financial aid contact information is, we are located at 212 Student Services Center, Natchitoches, Louisiana 71497. We can be contacted at 318-357-5961 or 1-800-823-3008. Our fax number is 318-357-5488. Our website is www.nsula.edu/financial aid. Our email is nsufinaid@nsula.edu. Students can follow their financial aid progress by visiting their MyNSU account, and all financial aid communications are sent via email to the students.